What have you done today to practice your Spanish? Or working on the roof, or whatever your language is that you're studying. Hola, bienvenidos. Welcome back. And this is the end of the first 2 weeks of me dedicating special time to the learning or the improving of my Spanish as a second language. And yesterday was Father's Day, Dia del Padre, and while we were having lunch, one of my nephews, who evidently likes to watch my channel, you know who you are, I won't say no names. Anyways, he asked me what was I doing to practice Espanol. Look at that, to practice Spanish. So, I got to thinking about what am I doing to learn Spanish. And I know I kind of touched on this on the first video, but I kind of want to tell you what I've been doing for the last 2 weeks, and this obviously will change as I progress or continue in this journey. But what I want to start with is, for me, what I had to make priority, regardless of the resource, regardless of where the input, output, and all that's coming from or going to. For me, I have to build consistency, and I have to do this in my daily life with a lot of things, specifically exercise. I get on the treadmill every day. I don't make it brutal every day, but I get on the treadmill every day. And I do that because I don't like the idea of skipping days. I know you can argue everyone needs a rest day, everyone needs a time to reset, refocus, and all that. Excuse me. How I do that, especially with my exercise, is I have heavy days and light days, and once a week a lighter day, which doesn't involve a whole lot of sweat. So to apply that to Spanish, I am doing something every day. And the first thing I did was, there is an app or website called Dreaming Spanish, and I'm not here to tout its praises or its rewards. And I'm going to tell you how I'm using it. And so the idea of Dreaming Spanish is to get, what is the word? Comprehensible input. Wow, that was a stretch. All right. Anyways, the idea is to learn Spanish through watching and listening, and not really much through studying. I'm not here to defend either side. I'm just here to tell you what I'm doing. So I am doing an hour of that every day, and you have the ability on that website to add the hours that you're doing outside of that. But I'm choosing not to. I'm choosing just to do an hour and 70 minutes. Depends on how, hour and 10 minutes, sorry, 70 minutes. It depends on where I wind up. If I start a video before it's 60 minutes is up, then I will continue until that video is done, or until I get approximately 70 minutes. After that, because one of my goals is to become an interpreter or translator, I have a book. It's a difficult book that I'm reading out loud, and I'm just reading it. I'm saying the words and not taking the time to study the words, but just saying the words. And some of them are quite difficult. And, like the word for United States citizen, estadounidense. Look at, I got it wrong. Estadounidense. Because I'm not looking at the word. And anyways, the book I'm reading is about getting your American citizenship, which I have. I just bought the book because I'm a natural born citizen. I just bought the book because I wanted to see what some of my friends and my friends' family have had to go through to become a ciudadano, I think is the word, a citizen de los Estados Unidos, which is the United States. And so I read that book, and then I also read another book in English. It's a story, but I'm reading it out loud because I want to improve my reading voice. Hopefully that makes sense. Because eventually the goal is with interpreting is to be fluid in both languages and to read both languages at a native level and to speak both languages at a native level. Well, I already speak English. Well, that could be argued, right? Could be argued. But I do speak English, and I speak it well, and I read it well, and I write it well. I have a thing where I notice misspelled words without trying. So that's part of my daily studies. I do that every day, 15 minutes in English, 15 minutes in Spanish. Actually, 15 minutes in Spanish first, 15 minutes in English. Then I have a couple of books that I just go through. Here's one of them. And here is another that I just go through, and I write only the Spanish in my little book here, and I read them out loud. So I say it, I write it, I read it, and I say it again, right? And I do that for roughly 15 to 30 minutes. And then I watch YouTube videos in Spanish and some other stuff just so I can constantly have the thing going in my ears. At first I was using subtitles, but I found myself getting distracted, especially if the subtitles didn't match what was being said. So I found it less distracting to just focus on what's being said instead of trying to read and listen. And then, you know, if it wasn't matching up, it was driving me nuts because I'm kind of weird like that, you know. But that's what I'm doing and currently. And after 2 weeks, I can already tell a big difference in especially what I'm hearing and also some of what I'm saying. I've been practicing a little bit here and there with people, Spanish speakers, and they can already see the improvement. So a unique thing that I have noticed is sometimes writing a word, and it's weird, but write a word, study it, say it, read it, say it, and then it shows up in something that I'm watching or something that I'm listening to. I'm trying to think of a good example recently, but of course it's not coming to mind. So anyways, that is what I'm currently doing to learn Spanish. What are you doing? Have you practiced today? Are you working on your Spanish language? Are you being consistent? For me, that is my first goal right now, is to establish consistency and to keep working on that and to do a little bit every day. The days that I do the least is Wednesday because I do have church after work, and the gap, it allows for some study, but right now I just kind of do the bare minimum on Wednesdays. But I am doing something. All right. To those of you that are following along with me, I thank you for joining. Look forward to reading your comments. Let me know what you're doing to study and what is working for you. And I forgot to mention, I am using a electronic flashcard system every day, which right now I'm just putting singular words in with their definitions, but I am looking to transition that to actual phrases based off an idea I got from a couple of YouTube videos that I've watched. All right, thanks for joining, and I will see you next time.